All right, we're here with Coach Stephanie Lawrence Yelton. It's time for basketball season. I mean, all of a sudden it's November. The pages keep flipping off the calendar. You guys have got a bunch of new faces. It's a little bit different look this year.
Yeah, I'm excited about the look that our team has this year. I mean, I thought Coach Harrison did a great job recruiting this recruiting class. We filled in with some transfers, both junior college and four-year college transfers, and then we've got a couple of freshmen on our roster. So I think it's a good, well-rounded 15 players. Got a lot of bodies, a lot of talent.
Is this kind of, the way it's going to be now, or is this, still a product of COVID and kind of, people can be in college as long as they want now?
Yeah, I think this is where it's gonna head for a long time. I mean, we've always dealt with transfers here at the University of West Florida since I've been here. And this is, I've been here 11 seasons already, and we've started with transfers from the very first season. And we're getting players that we knew about in high school that maybe went to a higher level, didn't pan out for them for whatever reason, and they came back to a good program and a good product. And so we're happy to have them.
You've got to replace, Jacqueline Jarnett, who, is still receiving honors even when she's done playing. It's a big piece of, and some others that, provided you points and rebounds and minutes. It's a little bit tricky, but, you mentioned Coach, Joel going out and finding the people that, and that's huge.
Well, we know what our niches are. We know what type of players can be successful in our program and how we coach and what we run. And so we're able to go out and kind of find those pegs for those empty spots. I think you'll be happy to see Brooke Kane filling in that spot. She's a transfer from University of New Hampshire, plays very much like Jacqueline. And then we've got Claire Sutherland Case, who our fans didn't see a lot of because she was injured most of last season, but she's playing that 4 spot too and gives us a different, more dynamic kind of player than Brooke does at that 4 spot. So I think we filled those roster spots pretty well.
And we saw Claire last year when she did get in. I mean, she provided some valuable minutes and some nice contributions. It is, it's interesting that you've been there the last couple of years, progressing, kind of moving the program forward as far as wins are concerned. They're still, in the conference that we've got to get to this level with the Lees and the Unions and a few others. How difficult is it as a coach to say, I want to build my program, but I also, kind of looking at those guys? Yeah,
I mean, we've got to do what we can do here at West Florida, right? And anytime you're finishing in the top 4, probably top 6 of the GSE, you're a national championship contender type program. You should be in the NCAA tournament. Now, our tournament's not set up that way, and so I think that's the tricky part of it is that regional selection when you've only got 8 teams selected out of 3 conferences. 3 of those are already automatic bids. So if you're not winning your conference championship, you're really up to grab for those 5 extra spots. That's a lot of heavy competition. And there's great conferences within our region. So the teams that get in are worthy, but there's a lot of teams that get left out, like us last year, that are worthy to be there.
Now I'm biased, and point guards, kind of that whole thing. But you've got Mariah back, and that's a key piece to have someone that you can trust on the court. To play the tempo, you do the things that you need, relay those messages from the coach. That's a big piece.
Mariah is that leader on the floor that we need. She is that voice from the coaching staff, right? She's vocal on the court. She knows what needs to be done in the moment. She shares the basketball well. I think that again, another great thing we've done this all season is to get her some players on the perimeter that she can distribute the ball to that can really do something with it. And so I'm super excited about that kind of support cast that we put around Mariah, and she'll be able to find them. She was number 1 in the league in assist to turnover ratio last year, number 20 in the country.
Wow.
We expect her to build on those.
You got to have shooters in modern basketball. Knocking down threes is just kind of the name of the game now. I mean, you feel like you've improved in that area?
We do. We've got Delaney Truschel, who is a transfer from USC Aiken, who in her career has never shot below 40% from the 3-point line ever in her lifetime. She doesn't know what misses sound like, And then we've got Ty Bostic, who's a transfer from Spring Hill College. Ty's a player that put up All-American numbers, just didn't get those honors last year. So if she can come in here and kind of put those same numbers up, I think she's going to get some great postseason honors.
If folks are going to need the roster, dig in a little bit, kind of learn about some of these before you see them on the court. We had a chance to talk to some of the players. You're back, another season here, but there's a lot of new faces, and you're the point guard. So you feel a little bit of pressure to try to make sure everybody's incorporated and kind of part of the program.
I don't think there's any pressure because we've done a really good job of just being a family here. I mean, we have bought into the process, and I mean, if you look at us, we get along very well. You see it on the court as well. So it is a lot of new faces. It is a bit of a challenge as far as the basketball aspect, but I think as far as everything else, it's really coming to well great.
Well, it's here. I mean, it's November and the season's starting here in like a week or so. I mean, and you know, having been through it, you know, from here and elsewhere, and Gulf South Conference is as tough as it gets. There's not a lot of preseason before the conference schedule starts. You guys got to start fast.
Oh yeah, that's important. That's one of our biggest emphasis right now is we got to jump off to a great start. We can't start out slow or anything. Like every game matters, and that's how we're taking the approach. No days off.
You won't have, you know, Jack and Zoe and some of those other pieces that you played with last year. How has it, you know, been for you as the point guard, kind of incorporating the new players and the new flow?
Yeah, it's a bit different, but we got a lot of pieces this year that just makes this team so versatile and so fluid. I mean, I think we have a little bit more on the wing areas that we're working with, so that's kind of new for me as well, because last year was so post heavy. But I think that with this team, it's going to be exciting because there's so much more that we can do.
It's hard not to feel like, you know, last year you guys got robbed a little bit at the end in the NCAA tournament. I mean, obviously that's the goal coming in. Is there a little bit of a chip on the shoulder?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely haven't forgotten it. So, and we have made sure that this team felt every feeling that we felt last year when we didn't get that bid. So it's definitely stinging. We got some people marked on the calendar that we're ready to mark off.
Being a new face in this program, and there's a lot of them. I mean, how is that transition going for yourself and also for some of the other new players?
I think it's going really well. It really helps to have like other people in the same boat as me, like along with me, doing the same thing, because there's a lot of transfers, a lot of grad students. We have like a brand new team, so we're kind of all like learning together.
Basketball is one of those sports where the casual fan may say, well, you know, it's just basketball, you dribble it, you shoot it. But every program has its own, you know, style of play and things you have to learn. Is that learning curve been steep or pretty easy?
It's been pretty easy. I really like the style of play here. I think we play really hard, really fast, and the ball moves around a lot, and like I really like it. So.
What have you've heard obviously about the Gulf South Conference, but haven't had a chance to play in it yet. I mean, what are your kind of anticipations of getting in and playing the Valdos's and the Lees and the Unions and these teams?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. Obviously, I don't know what it's like, and I just heard that they play really fast and really tough. So, yeah, I'm ready.
What can fans expect to see from your game? Like, what are you looking to do when you get out there?
I'm looking to be really versatile and be able to like do a lot of different things on the floor and have a lot of energy and just
score a lot of points, right?
Sure, yeah.
Make it easy. But Coach, it gets going here pretty quickly. I mean, you know, and it is a heavy conference schedule. So walk us through kind of that brief conference schedule, including a crossover tournament right here in the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, we start, the first two games here in the Fieldhouse with Palm Beach Atlantic and Eckerd College, who is number 9 in the country in preseason polls. So that's a great opening, but that's our only chance to play against Sunshine State Conference schools in our region before the NCAA tournament, right? And then we go right into Spring Hill College. We're playing them twice, once at home and once on the road. Again, the only chance we get to play a SIAC team before the NCAA tournament. And then we're rolling right into conference play. We've got Union, Lee, and Valdosta State, the 3 teams that are voted ahead of us, all on the road before January 3rd. So we've got to really heat up quickly. We've got to be a microwave team. We can't be a crock pot and hope that we, heat up by the end. We've really got to get hot quick.
It's hard to chase it if you don't get off to a good start. And it is a 20-plus game schedule of GSC opponents, and your coach mentioned some really tough opponents in there. So, yeah, can't afford to get off to a slow start. November 10th and 11th, right here in the Fieldhouse, will be those first home games. So come out and watch them play. And Coach is wearing, they're like, the heels are this big. She's not really that much taller than me. Maybe? No, I don't know. I'm not letting her post me up either. Coach, good luck to you guys this season.
Thank you.
We appreciate it as always. Go Argos.